Hey guys, Sunbeam Saki here, and
Blackwidowart, yeah.
okay. So unfortunately, our video footage is good, but our audio got corrupted, and this is like the best part ever. I freaked out so hard in this part, so I'm gonna just let y'all see as we go along. It's terrifying. It terrified me. Okay, so I had just started, and I think the last thing we were doing was looking for the wine cellar key, and I noticed that they have translations in English for that, and then what would you say it was? You said Italian.
I thought it was Italian, but
and then I said might be Latin, right?
Usually horror games use Latin a lot.
Yeah, so pretty much. Oh yeah, and this was red.
I hereby offer my full attention and services to Alexander, Baron of Bredenburg.
Oh Jesus, this contract will reign for a total of 3 years, and my freedom shall return to me. In addition, Alexander, Baron of Bredenburg, is to recommend my services at the Perusian royal court and within the sanctum of the Order of the Black Eagle. May no man break the seal. Wilhelm, House of Garrick.
Gersh.
Or Gersh, whatever.
I think it's
Garish. I read this the first time, but I mean, this is a voiceover, so hi guys, how was your day going? I'm so mad I had to relive this whole thing. Like, it was perfect, let me tell you. Yes, somebody. I was freaking out, so I was closing all the doors behind me because all the noises were like in my head. And then this guy going, like, who are you? Get out of my ear, you nasty.
Like somewhere with your ass.
But she meant to say but. So I was looking around, for stuff, for the key, obviously.
So
checking everything. And I was freaking out because he kept like having these moments. I was trying not to waste the lantern as much, but I kind of didn't have a choice. So I was closing every door behind me. I was literally terrified.
He would go insane.
Yeah, he was acting wild. You heard, see, then whatever the heck that was creepy. I started closing doors like crazy. I tried so hard not to use the lantern as much, and I realized I could just use tinder boxes, but like I realize that now that I'm watching myself replay this, like I don't want to watch this. Like I don't even want. This was hard. This level was not fun.
It was close.
Yeah, that's right. I found clothes, and I was like, oh, good clothes, useful.
Same shirt. Wow.
And I'm gonna read that note. I just wanted to check all the stuff first because usually there's always stuff in there. Tinder box is always useful.
Swipe left.
I don't know. I was having issues with my controller this episode. I don't know why. My controller just wasn't working with me. So there's gonna be parts that might frustrate you guys because I'm trying to pull stuff and my controller is not letting me. So
like, oh my god, just pull it.
I know. Like it's really frustrating. Trust me, it was irritating me. Oh, but listen to this.
17th of May, 1839. My hands tremble as I write. I feel a need to document my tribulation, for I fear that my memory will fail me if I linger. Today, I took some men and ventured into the dark, ancient passage we uncovered. Our torches burned faintly in the murky air as we slowly made our way underground. The men were superstitious and fearful. They argued loudly, and I felt their strange language getting to me. I mustered my strength and yelled at them to continue down the slopes and broken steps. The crudely carved passage
is a bit of a long one.
Confused me. It looked much older than the 4th century structure we had expected. The twisting path emerged into a great antechamber. The walls were lined with statues unlike any I'd ever seen. Despite their unearthly quality, I felt a strange familiarity toward them, which haunts me still. At the far end of the chamber, a great slab of stone sealed off whatever lay ahead. I gave the order to raise it, and as I pushed through the narrow space, the heavy stone suddenly dropped, sealing me inside. I was trapped.
Oh no!
Yeah, right? I was trapped.
It's like no one told you behind to come here. He's sitting there yelling at them saying, get down there and go in. It's like, relax, okay? Relax. That's why you're behind stuff.
I was like, hello? Is anybody there? I was like, I don't know, I was just having a moment. Like, I was freaking out. I was trying to check all the things. It said old tomes. I was checking all the, like, little, the door names because I wanted to see what room I was going in. Oh, I freaked out right here. Y'all don't need to know that, but I freaked out.
Yeah, it had to. I think it is Latin.
Yeah, right?
The Spanish is, like, based off of Latin, right?
and then somebody started playing the piano in my ear, and I was freaking out.
Just want to play a good song.
I was like, who is playing that music?
They ain't bumping or nothing.
Like I'm not gonna lie, I do like the ominous feeling. Like my body was like I was having an adrenaline rush playing this, because like in your one ear it's like in the other ear you hear something else like in the background. Like it's so like the head, like they make a good use of like each side of that, like the left ear and right ear, each side of your headphones. Yeah, like they make it like they make good use of that. Like they sit there and they really make you think you're there. Like it's so you get immersed, okay? Oh yes, and then we had mementos. You had to, find the wine cellar key, which we already knew, and then we realized the door to the local history room was locked, so we had to figure out how to get in there. Then I came in this big room, which later is gonna freak me out.
Any big room in a horror game usually means bad things.
Exactly, it's never good. It's never good.
He's like, what's this someone just playing the piano?
So.
Like, just break the window.
Oh yeah, somebody sang for a second. Let me see. This section, I literally screamed.
What died there?
This section also like annoys me a little bit, because I was being a dummy. I was being a dummy, and I didn't realize like what to do. But it's one thing, like I said, like it's one thing to like really just sit there and like try to play the game while you're like thinking at the same time. Like, it doesn't make any sense. But Black Widow said before, you were like, you said it's one thing to play the game and then another thing to watch it. Like, we watched it years ago. It was like this part gave me a heart attack. Let me tell you, I was like, ah! And then I realized it was just the rocks, and I was like, oh, okay. Oh, this part I was like, what's going on? He drunk? Somebody drugged him?
Badass.
17th of May, 1839. After pounding the unforgiving stone wall for what seemed like an eternity, I realized it was hopeless. I was trapped. I fell to the ground, gasping for air, trying to focus. That's when I saw a faint blue shimmer. My weakened body was heavy to carry, but I managed to push myself toward the enchanting light.
Let me tell you how much of an idiot I am. Now I'm sitting here for like a good second, like, all right, now what? Now what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? I'm thinking it's a cutscene. I'm just sitting here like, oh, I think I have to move. Oh yeah, I have to move.
Yeah.
I'm so stupid.
It was waiting for me. Enclosed in dark nothingness, I felt myself drawn to the mystic light.
Bright blue shiny light.
I reached out, closing it in my hands. The faint glow escaped my fingers and began to spark brightly and spirit me away, unlocking alien memories of spiraling towers, endless deserts, and impossible geometry. The next thing I can remember is the grating sound of stone being lifted, the voices of the Arabs pulling me to safety, and grasped firmly in my hands was the broken pieces of a most peculiar relic.
They were arguing in the language. Arabic?
Yeah.
Like, I guess.
All I know is like he was doing some weird stuff. Like I don't know, he was on something talking about some alien memories of where have you been? Like
he said, oh, I'm from Alexander and we found this weird place in Africa, blah blah blah, and then we got trapped in it. That's overall the gist of it so far. I'm like, that's what you get. No one told you to come here.
I might actually speed some of this up because of the simple fact that I was so dumb.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Much of the castle is old and hasn't been tended to for centuries. When the shadow arrives, it won't take long until things start falling apart.
We're just buying time anyway. Let's do what we can.
There isn't much to be done about the wars. We should reinforce weak structures. The ground will tremble and there's a risk everything will cave in on us, especially downstairs. Here, and there. Let's get the servants working on it.
My question is, what were they trying to gain coming here? Knowledge? money. I don't understand it. Yeah, let's go to this place where evil shadows are trying to kill us.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
I was trying so hard, you guys, not to use all the oil, and I was just like, this is the part. I know this is the part where the enemy comes out. I remember that much. Like somewhere in this area, I think, what is it called? The archives that we're in?
Yeah.
Somewhere in this area, I know that the enemy, we're gonna call, what's his name? What do we name him?
We're gonna call him Slitmouth.
Yeah, we named him Slitmouth. This is where Slitmouth comes in for the first time and makes his entrance. Oh. And I was so not ready for it. Like I said, it is one thing to watch somebody play it years ago, or a bunch of people play it years ago, and then to actually immerse yourself and play it yourself. Because I was like, ooh, no. I realized that this here was, it said fragile but not breakable by hand. So I was like, what can I use to break it? Like, it took me a minute. So I was like, what can I use? And Black Widow over here was talking about a rock.
I said, put the one of the rocks. You got plenty of them.
Like I said, I was being dumb for a second here, and I was just being funny. Yeah, I accidentally wasted a tinderbox too, trying to grab the ink, and I was like,
It's like the room's not even that dark.
this, I knew it wasn't gonna work. I was just being stupid. But y'all see that ink real quick though?
We had to use the chair.
And then I finally got the memento because I went back over here, and it pretty much was like, oh, you gotta find a new way out. No, duh. Obviously, I can't get out the same way I came.
So the shadow made all the rocks come down?
This is like one of the first times where I seen that I want to say that my what do you call it? Again, there's a lot of wandering around here. Oh, but I came back and found a tinderbox though. Hey, tinderbox. But I thought that there was like some kind of magic bookcase or something I had to pull.
She thought that was a key on the floor. It was just the floorboard.
Like I said, when I get scared, I don't know what happens to my brain. It just turns off. Like I was freaking out because the guy would just kept humming and he's back in my ear, and I'm just like, it's okay, don't. And then I'm wasting the oil, and I'm like, oh my god, I gotta get out of here because I'm using all the oil and there's no more oil here. Let me just find a way out. So I went over here and I was like, and then Black Widow said,
we need to use a chair.
and I was like, oh my god, duh, a chair. And I went to grab the chair, and my freaking controls decided, for some odd reason, I'll try to fix that in the next one, but my controller just would not grab anything today.
That chair's like embedded in the floor.
Like in the last part, Black Widow's, like, during her gameplay, it was shaky. Now mine, I can't pick anything up, so I don't know if this just glitches or my controller's an idiot. And I was like, yeah, and I was like, oh duh, L1. And I freaked out, I was like, ah, oil. And I didn't realize that was my last bit of oil.
Yep.
I was like, I gotta find oil
Got 9
fast.
boxes, though.
You have to be swift when you activate the first one. You hear that? If it stops, you'll have to start over.
Isn't all this a bit excessive?
You can never be too careful, Dan.
Did I miss that oil right there? Hold on, now that I'm looking back, did I actually miss some oil? I missed the oil right there. Tell me I went back and got it. I was so pissed about this. I hope I went back and got it. I remember I lit that because I was like, I'm tired, I don't want to waste the oil. And then
I was like, how are we gonna open it? With the box.
I was like, box! And then I was like, oops, my fault. It was an accident. And then at this point, I was like, this is a lot of reading. So I was like, you know what, y'all could just pause and read. I went through each page and was like, you know what, pause here, pause there, read
Pause
it.
everywhere.
Only because it was a lot of information to take in. I'll read it, like I said, I'll read it again later, but it was just a lot of information to take in while you're like trying to, get through the game and stuff. So I was like,
Immortal bacon.
Yeah, we thought that said immortal bacon. Clearly you can tell we're hungry, right? But it was just a lot of information to get through, so we kind of just skipped over it a little bit. And that's when I realized, I was like, oh, the books, you can pull them. That's what he meant by if you pull one, you have to go quick, because...
Yeah, it's like a time thing.
And again, this is another example. I had to do this twice because my controller would not grab anything. And I missed that oil. It was right there. Oh, wait, no, I didn't. Okay. I was like, I really missed that oil. I'm pissed at myself. See, I went to grab it like that, and it works sometimes, but I had to go sideways for it to work all the time. Like, my control, when I went to pull it back and I held the button, it would not move. So I had to start it over. It was pissing me off. Like, I don't know what was going on with my controller.
You hear that? Once it stops, you have to do it again.
Got me mad. I was like, are you kidding me? Like, I wasted a whole minute just trying to pull these books out. So I was like, all right, let me pull this one out. This one's pulled out. Keep going. I ran over. I was like, I can do this again.
Yeah.
You don't understand how mad I was when I realized it was just 3 books. Like, I was more so surveying the first time, though. I was like, okay, I guess just pull them, see what happens. And then toward the last book, I was like, oh, okay, so this is what I gotta do.
They stand out amongst the rest of them.
Yeah. So my controls, again, I apologize.
Okay. I mean, pull it.
So I pulled it, and then I found the trick to pull it from my controller anyway.
Pull it! Pull it!
Okay, I pulled it. And then this is the one I pulled, and the door opened.
Pull. Pull. There we go.
I did it. So I was like, yes, drop this. This part, y'all, this is when it got real.
Yeah, we got the wide select key.
That music hit. I couldn't get it. Like, I was freaking out, and we're screaming. I'm like, ah! I started pressing all the buttons, just trying to hide. I was freaking out, and I was in there for a minute, y'all. Like, I was so scared. Cause that music was like, oh, this is it. I know this is it. This is where he's coming here, and he gonna body me. He gonna take me alive.
Is it all clear?
I was not ready for this, y'all. I was not ready. I'm telling you, I sat there for a good minute. I know I shouldn't have sat there for so long, but I was so scared. Y'all don't understand. Like,
Pressing all the buttons.
like, I was freaking out, like, high key. I was like, is he gone? Is he gone? And then she's over here like, can you peek? I'm like, I don't know. So I didn't see him in there. I'm freaking out, looking around, like, where he at? And then I saw that door had opened, so I went through it, and I'm like, okay, now I have the key, so we got the wine cellar key. Now, how do I get out of here?
Yeah.
So I'm walking around like, how do I get out of here? How do I get out of here? How do I get out of here? And we come here. Do y'all see him? I know y'all see him. He is huge. I said, oh God, there's Slitmouth. Okay, so here I'm like, oh my God, I seen him. Slitmouth is coming for me. He comes from my body. He comes from my whole booty. And y'all hear him? I was like, how do I get out? How do I get out? I was freaking out, and then I saw that door was broken, and then I was like, wait, I think that's the entrance over there. And I was like, run! Yeah, Scream was playing with me. I was like, he's coming for me. I'm running. I'm going for it. Go for it. I was so happy. I was like, yes, that's it. I'm done.
Like waves in the sluggish sea, while the caravan moved the land appeared.
What happened?
Appeared close to this, but encamped the hills moved. Yeah, okay.
This part I got the jump scare of my life, y'all. Right here. I tried to go forward. It said nope. I was like, ah! And then I died. Like I like stopped it. I pressed the middle button. I was like, that's it. I'm done. I'm not playing this no more. Like, I freaked out.
Is that when the light glows on the brain or the heart or whatever?
I'm not sure. And then I went back and realized that that nasty, goopy, blood-looking, nasty stuff. I was like, good. I ain't gotta go back over there. Good. He can stay over there with that.
That's like that nasty skin, flesh-looking stuff. It's like
exactly. All right. So this is where we ended the part. So thank you guys for watching. Sorry we had to do a voiceover, but we appreciate you watching. Thanks for watching. See you in the next part. Yeah, next one we won't have the voiceover. Next one we'll fix the audio. It'll be fine. Thank you, Blackwidowart.
You're welcome.
Bye, guys.
Bye.